Hello guys. Today I'm doing a very short video on the basically that what exactly is Scalar Academy for me, right? So a lot of people when they approach me and they say that okay, you are already in Adobe, then what was the need of doing Scalar Academy? So they have this question, and I like often like I mean one of the most frequently asked question that I see is like why I joined Scalar. So the problem is a lot of people see Scalar Academy as a platform to make a job switch. They see and I mean they'll just come on the platform, they'll learn all the necessary skills, they'll crack the interview, and they'll reach the company whatever they want to, right? But that is now like I mean that is not how it is actually. Once you get into the Scalar Academy, you'll come to know that it is not just about making a job switch or just like learning any random stuff and then which will help you to crack the interviews. Like I mean they might be saying you so when they are approaching you or they counsel you or do anything like I mean for getting I mean for getting you as a student. But the fact is that they really focus on the fundamentals of software engineering. They teach you all the necessary concepts including data structures, low level design, high level design, computer networks, operating system, threading and synchronization, dbms, sql, how to write sql commands and all. If you go deep into low level design, you'll be covering the oops concepts, you'll be covering the design patterns, you'll covering the basically the even the basics of a spring framework and all will be covered, the solid principles will be covered. And the point is that like until today or during your engineering you would have studied all these things. But the point is that whenever we studied all these things, we studied them from a very theoretical perspective. So it was all like a lot of literature, a lot of books, a lot of articles that you would have read, right? But when I was a student of Scalar Academy, so I learned that this was not the right way of doing it, because ultimately when you are like in the real life, theory is not like what you will be like using in your theoretical life. You need some kind of a practical, I mean practical know-how of how to implement these things and all, right? So that is where Scalar made a difference. Each and every concept that I learned, it was from a very practical perspective, which kind of like gives you an idea of how the thing comes into reality, what you are studying in theory, right? That is very important, because often what happens is that a lot of people know stuff theoretically, but they are not able to do the practical implementation of the same thing. These are basically the gaps that Scalar will bridge for you. And that is why like once you have the thorough knowledge of these concepts, when you see that okay, this is how you will implement it, this is the best practice, then you'll become better at what you have to do or what you are doing at your current job, right? And that is why like I'm saying that it is not just like I mean they see practically everyone wants to buy dreams, nobody like wants to buy gyan, right? That is why maybe their sales pitch must be like that. Okay, get into this company, get into that company. But ultimately if you'll go through the course, you'll understand that it is not like I mean they are not just like helping you to crack interviews, they're helping you to become better software engineers. And once you become that, cracking interview or like getting a promotion, that's just a like a byproduct of what you will achieve through their knowledge. That is one. In fact, like I once asked Abhimanyu that what are your ideologies, or what do you think? Like, I mean, when you're building up Scalar Academy, what were your thought process? What do you think that I mean you should do to make Scalar Academy stand out from the conventional educational institutes or the tech startups that are there? So he said that basically, I mean, one is that we think that the recorded videos or things like basically the passive way of imparting knowledge, that doesn't work. Because what would happen is that if you just get those recorded videos, you'll watch all of them at once, and for example you'll just like sit on a weekend on the Saturday and you'll like try to wrap up 3 videos, which doesn't make sense, because that kind of breaks the continuity of your learning. If you really want to learn well, you have to be like disciplined. You have to like spend at least 1 to 2 hours per day to keep continuing your learning, so that there's no disconnect. I mean, Saturday to Saturday model, they don't work well, because what you did in the last Saturday, there's a high probability that you will not remember in the upcoming Saturday. So it doesn't make sense to like only do like once in a week kind of a study. It has to be disciplined. That is one. The second is that he said that we believe that the people who are teaching you, they should be the one who have already done that work. They should be actual. So I mean, if you look at their instructors, a lot of them are actually software engineers themselves. They are not like academicians or someone. I'm not saying that academicians don't have a good grasp on the concepts and all, but the point is that when you're learning through someone who has practically done that thing, he can add up more value to the thing that he's telling you, because there are certain things. So I mean, whatever you read in books, whatever you see in like on these articles and all, these are the practical ways of doing this. But often your system might be such that the practical implementation would not help. There would be some aberrations that you will have to take. I mean, take account into, or basically have to work around with, right? So when someone who has like practically done that thing, when he will tell you that how to do this thing, he'll often bring in his own experiences, his own limitations that he might have encountered while doing the same thing, and what he did to like circumvent that. These are the values that he can add. So these I mean are really very good points that I believe that like Scalar has taken into account or considered while considering while designing their program or designing their whole curriculum. So that is a great distinction factor. And thus I mean I was doing a lot of courses from different online platform. But yeah, I mean, when I enrolled, and like I was often like doing in this model only, like you sit on one weekend, you watch like 3 4 videos, and then you are done. But yeah, I mean, with the scalar, that discipline come in. I used to like spend 1 to 2 hours every day to learn upskill and all those things. So that really helped. And that like discipline, that urge of learning, that enthusiasm that they create, that energy level. I mean, you are a part of different WhatsApp group, different Slack groups. Everywhere there's a discussion about one thing or the other tech, the questions that you have to solve, what's going in the tech, what's going in someone's company, what one issue one person is facing, like any technical issue or something. Everyone is like very eager to help him out. So these are really good things that are often seen as a part of like their batches and all. So that kind of makes a distinction. And that is where, because now you are not just like, I mean, handling the problems, handling the technical problems in your career, you're also learning, you're also contributing to other problems, your problem of other folks. You're also looking at what other companies are doing, you're also looking at where the market is moving. So all these things kind of make a difference, and these are the things that help you to move to the organization where you want to, or basically the role that you want to achieve. And thus like I will again like conclude this video by saying that scalar is not a platform to change the job. Scalar is actually a platform to become a better software engineer. And once you become the better software engineer, you can make your dreams possible. Thank you for watching. Hope you are having a good day. Bye bye.